Hi everyone! Like many of you out there, I have been anxiously awaiting the debut of MAC's Posh Paradise collection. And I picked up a bunch of items the other day and I've been testing everything, so I think by now I have tested everything well enough that I can do a real review for you. And I picked up 5 paint pots and 3 of the Mattene lipsticks. And I have to tell you, I have been really impressed with this collection so far. A lot of MAC's recent collections just really haven't wowed me, but this one has really done the trick for me. Now, as with my other videos, I will include live swatches throughout, as well as still photos at the very end of the video. And I am also going to be filming a video of possible dupes, so I'll link that here when I eventually get to filming it. I'll either film that today or tomorrow. And I am also going to be filming eventually a few tutorials using items from this collection. And the look that I'm wearing today is entirely from this collection with the exception of my mascara, so that'll probably be the very first tutorial that I film, so keep an eye out for that. The first items that I'm going to show you are these Mattene lipsticks, and I picked up 3. And the packaging of these is quite different than the usual MAC lipsticks. As you can see, it's much skinnier and it's taller, much thinner. And unfortunately, these are the same price as regular MAC lipsticks, but they actually contain less volume of product. Now, if I show you these up close, you can see that the Mattene lipstick has a flat top and the normal MAC lipstick container is in the bullet. And it's also got a glossy case, whereas the MAC Mattene lipsticks has appropriately more of a matte finish. And I really like the packaging of these, with the exception of the fact that they get really dirty because they're matte. When you take off the top and you actually get to the lipsticks themselves, they have the same vanilla scent that most MAC lipsticks have, and different kind of top. It goes out on an angle as opposed to being completely hidden in the tube. So when I take the lipsticks themselves out, as you can see, they are very different in terms of size. The head of this lipstick is so much more narrow than the head of a regular lipstick. So if I compare the two, like, you can see they are so different. And I picked up 3 shades. The first is Unknown Pleasures, which looks extremely dark in the tube, but is really beautiful when swatched. It's this shade right here. So as you can see, it's more of a wine berry. It is beautiful, and it's definitely not as brown as the tube looks. It's very much got a blue base to it. The next that I picked up is Rouge, and it's a red, and it is gorgeous. This is definitely a true red, and it's this shade right here in the middle. And what I really love about this particular lipstick is, yes, it is similar to a lot of red lipsticks that are out there on the market, so it could be dupable. But I don't own a whole lot of red lipsticks because I tend to make them turn fuchsia, and that really defeats the purpose of having a red lipstick. This one, though, does not turn fuchsia on me, so if you have that problem, I would give this a try. And the last Mattene lipstick that I picked up is probably my favorite, and that is Deliciously Forbidden, and it's what I'm wearing today on my lips. And it is a beautiful shade. I am loving this so much, and I'm actually considering getting a backup. And it's this beautiful color right on top, and it's a deep blue pink, a bit of a berry, and I just love it. It's not too bright where it's overwhelming, but it definitely adds a nice brightness to the face, and I just really like this color. So overall, I am really liking these Mattene lipsticks. I get about 3 hours of wear if I wear them without eating or drinking. If I do, then obviously I need to retouch more. They're not that drying, and I really like the texture of these because they apply with a bit of slip, so they're not horribly uncomfortable, but they dry to a semi-matte finish. However, I do recommend when you apply these to exfoliate your lips beforehand and maybe put on a light layer of balm and then blot it off, because these can be, especially if you have very sensitive lips, they can be somewhat drying. Not as uncomfortably so as a full-on matte lipstick, but I have noticed throughout certain parts of the day that I would like to put on a little bit of balm. Again, not enough where it's really uncomfortable. Alright, so now let's get on to the items that I know you guys are really anxious to see, and I don't blame you because they are amazing, and they are the paint pots. Now for those of you who don't know what a paint pot is, it is a crease-resistant cream eyeshadow, and a lot of people like to use them as bases, primers, shadows, or liners, and they're very versatile and they're really long wearing. Now as a cream, I do recommend applying them with a synthetic brush. It just goes on for smoother application. The first paint pot that I picked up is called Genuine Treasure, and it's a deep champagne. And it does have glitter, so be forewarned about that. It's this shade right here, and I'll try and move my hand so maybe you can catch some of those sparkles. It's very sheer but buildable, so in order to get decent color payoff such as this, I had to apply a few coats. But I do really like this shade, especially because it's a nice neutral color, but it's light enough when you can do a sheer wash over really any eyeshadow shade, and it'll apply just a really nice layer of shimmer or sparkle. The next paint pot that I picked up is Nubile, and it's a pinky nude with a peach tone, and it's more of a cream finish than a frost, I think. But it's this swatch right here. And this is going to be a beautiful shade to apply really all over the lid. You can use it as a base completely, or you can even use it as a highlighter, which is actually what I've done today. The next paint pot that I picked up is called Idyllic, and it's a metallic rust burgundy. And this is the swatch right here. And I'm really excited about this shade because from what I hear, it's very similar to Artifact Paint Pot, which I never had the opportunity to pick up and I had always wanted. So when I saw that this was coming out in the collection, I had to have it. The next paint pot that I picked up is called Hyperviolet, and it is a burgundy plum. It's a really pretty shade. It's this one right here. Now, Hyperviolet did give me some difficulty when I applied it. It was streaking, but not badly enough where I wouldn't recommend it. I was still able to apply even color eventually. I just had to work a little more. It blended out fine. Like I said, it was just a little extra work. And the last paint pot that I picked up is called Imaginary, and it's a navy blue that leans purple, but it's rating more royal blue on my camera. In certain lights it looks more navy blue, and in others it looks more purple, so be forewarned about that. It really just depends on the lighting that you're in. And this one applied really well. It's definitely more of a frosty shade with a bit of a metallic finish, just like the Idyllic. But overall, these are really great. They last a really long time. I haven't experienced much creasing at all, and like I said, these are really long wearing. Let me just take off my ring and show you. So these are the swatches. They haven't been on my hand for that long, maybe about 10-15 minutes. But if I sit here and rub them, I mean, these are the swatches. They, after rubbing, are still there. I do have some glitter on my hand, so I guess some of the glitter from the Genuine Treasure Paint Pot came off, but on the whole, as you can see, they're long wearing. They really last, so I recommend them highly. So that's it for my Posh Paradise haul. And as I said before, I'm really loving these Mattene lipsticks. I might go pick up some more actually. I really like the semi-matte finish, and the colors are just amazing for the fall. And they do wear for about 3 hours on me, so they're pretty long wearing. I really like them. I am a little disappointed at the price. As far as the paint pots go, I'm so impressed with these. They are so much better than the Champagne collection. I was so worried, but there really aren't any duds that, at least that I picked up. The only one that is somewhat like the Champagne collection is the Genuine Treasure, and that is still much easier to work with. Thank you so much for watching, and if you go pick up anything from this collection, I hope you enjoy. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.